Hello, welcome to the benchmarking workgroup meeting, the 14th of August, 2017. So far we have myself, Michael Dawson, Kuno Pathak, and Jimmy Thompson. And I think that's who we have so far, and we'll add people in if they show up later. So we have our standard agenda, which is, a stand-up of what we've been working on since last meeting, review of the actions from last meeting, and then review of the open issues, both tagged, and we often just do a general run through to see if there's any other issues that are interesting we should talk about. So I guess we can launch into the stand-up. Myself, I was on holidays last week and was catching up from Node Summit the week before, so not too much. I think the one thing I did do before I left was I set up a job for Gareth to work on the core benchmarking job. Since we have the new benchmarking machines from Intel, one of the things we're pushing forward is getting a job that people can use to run those core benchmarks on those machines. And I do see that there was some progress on that, which maybe we'll look at, talk about that issue later. Kuno?
Yeah, I verified this was an action item on my plate from last meeting, is to verify the stability of the benchmark numbers on the benchmarking machine. So they look stable actually. I did like 3 iteration runs and they are like difference of like 2 or 5 score. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I think that machine doesn't have any problem.
Okay, so I guess in that case we could start running those regularly, if that makes sense, right?
Regularly, which one? Sorry.
Well, like so those are with running Chakra Core, right?
Yes, with the Chakra Core, yes.
We don't run those regularly yet. Like we run on Linux regularly, but we could add running them on Chakra Core. I guess that they're both on Linux, but we could run running them on Chakra Core regularly as well.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like right now we are still like catching up on the performance. So we'd like to just hold back that till we have like fair data or like
sure.
So, but yeah, at least like the variance is not reflected in on the benchmarking machine.
Right. Okay. So that's good news that basically there's no fundamental problem there.
Right. So I think like what we are doing today is like just running one iteration. That should be fine, I guess. That reflects the reality. Yep.
Okay. Great. Yeah, and just let us know once you get to the point where like you'd want to see some results published regularly, and we can work on that.
Sure.
Like we'd have to sort of figure out what we wanted to do, like whether it would be a duplicate set of numbers on a different page or whatever. But I guess we can wait to talk about that till you get there.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing is, I was supposed to set up a meeting with Uttam about like running the node.js. Was not available last week, and it somehow just like lost traction. And then today, he said that he is available this week, so I'm going to meet him on Thursday.
Okay. What time on Thursday?
At 11 PST. Are you available?
Yeah, so I just wanted to figure out, so what time is that? So that's PST, so that's 3 hours behind me, right?
Yep, so it should be 2 in the afternoon for you.
2 in the afternoon. I could do 2:30.
That should be fine. Done.
Okay, so if you could schedule it for 2:30 and send out an invite, that would be great.
Okay, I will update the
That's the 17th, right?
Yes, August 17th, yep.
Okay, because yeah, I would like, it would be good if I could be there to help as well. So, okay.
Okay, I will just add that comment. Yep. Okay. And I think, yeah, that's pretty much it I could do from last meeting.
Okay. And I guess, Jimmy, I'm guessing you don't have anything to report necessarily, but you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm also working on the Chakra Core team. I've been trying to set up our own internal benchmarking to get us information on Acme. We were seeing more variance than the node machines, which is one of the reasons that Kunal was when you guys do have that variance, it's not visible. So I might be interested in learning more about exactly how your machines are configured, so we can replicate that and get less variance. But yeah, just been looking into that, trying to improve our performance, and I intend to attend more of these meetings to be more productive.
Okay. I'm just taking a few notes. They're joining the Microsoft benchmarking team and will become more active in benchmarking work group, right?
That's the plan.
Yes. Yep.
Sounds good. Yeah, in terms of the machine, it's, I guess, like we just basically did a base install of Ubuntu 14, I think it is, and then we run like the community Ansible scripts. I could try and find, yeah, if you open an issue, I could look in our, like, so it's a machine in SoftLayer. And so whatever the default 1404 install in SoftLayer is what we end up with. So if you have specific questions, I can sort of go on the machine and help out that way.
Maybe you can check the settings.
Yeah, I might follow up that offline, because I found that machine, it was a fairly default machine, but it had stuff like, it was on like power saving CPU settings, which I realized, and then turned that off because it was throttling the CPU at random times and giving a lot of variance from that.
Right, okay. Well, yeah, no, definitely ask questions, because, you know, maybe we'll even find something we shouldn't have set on ours, but it's a fairly default. And then if you want to see how it's configured, the Ansible scripts, if you go to, I don't know if you've looked in the build repo.
Oh, so they are in the build repo?
Yeah, if you go to build, so in terms of the base operating system, how it's configured, yes. If you go to build, setup, now there's actually two different copies, but I don't think it's been re-imaged since we started with the new copy. So if you go into build, setup, Ubuntu 1404, you'll see in there's an Ansible playbook.
Okay.
And that basically is what's, you know, we take the clean machine, you know, you've done the install, then it runs that Ansible script, and it installs the core things that you would have on a Jenkins agent. Then separately in the benchmarking repo was the manual steps that I took to install things. Although I think on the benchmarking machine itself where they run, there's very little installed there. I think the job itself just does things like cloning the benchmarking repo. So I don't think I had to install anything. But if I did, it's written down there. But in terms of like packages and stuff, you can see in that Ansible script exactly what it does to the machine.
Thank you very much. I'll definitely look at that.
I mean, in theory, you should be able to run the Ansible script and get it in, you know, and get the exact same thing, which would be good. So.
Right.
So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. But I wanted to point you at that because it is fairly well documented.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So anybody just looking? No. Okay. So let's move on to actions from last meeting. So I think you've already reported that completed runs on community machine, no variance seen or little variance seen. So we should be okay with the one run as is done today, right?
Right.
Okay. And we can kill that. So that one's basically done. Okay, Kunal, to create PR to add mean or something else to Acme runs?
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get time. Sorry.
Do we want to leave that as an action item, or just do you have an issue opened in the repo?
I don't think so. If actually I can, maybe we can just open an issue in case somebody else has a time to pick it up. But yeah.
So what I'm going to say is, Kunal will open an issue in the repo to track, and we'll remove from this list, right?
Yep.
Makes sense, because I understand you'll get to it when you get to it, so no point rolling over. Do this, roll over. So participation guidelines, I still have to do that, and I'm going to roll that over to next time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll move that there. So looking at the open issues, so the ones that I tagged, so I did add a new tag, which is consistent with what the other benchmarking and repos do. So there's now a benchmarking agenda. And so if there's things that people want to discuss at the next meeting, if you can tag them with that, there's like a tool that will automatically generate this list of issues.
Oh, I see.
So I added that. What we didn't have is we didn't have the tag in the repo itself. So I added that and tagged a few of these issues just as a starting point. So status of running the Node Core benchmarks. I think I'll just open that up since we don't have Gareth with us. So the PR was landed, which is good. I think the job, I'm just going to go take a look at the CI. It sounds like there's a job which does a bunch of things. Benchmark, Node micro benchmarks. I see that it's run. Let me log in and see if I can even... right, so if I say build with parameters, right, I kind of expected some drop downs or something.
What is the job name again?
The build benchmark node micro benchmarks.
Okay.
Right, I thought that we had something like what I expected is I was going to be able to click on that and then there'd be like, oh, I see there's a category and filter. Right, okay, so it's not a pull down, but it's a filter. Okay, and then filter number of benchmarks. Okay, so anyway, I can go and sort of learn how to use that. So we've got that. It sounded like reading from the issue, though, that there was something that was missing, which was R, right? That seems to be working. Okay, there's a, so actually, but he configured it so it didn't, see. We fail on the fact that our script is missing. So let's open up that guy. That's 821. Yeah. Okay. On holiday. So it sounds like it was added. I really would have preferred, though, if we could have installed it not globally.
Can you share a link for the job?
Yeah, sure. This is the link I'm looking at right now.
Oh, it's in the build. Okay. I see.
I may have, I wonder if I did sign in. Well, let's just see. I'm just doing a quick read through it.
Yep.
I'm just going to type a comment. The job do the install. I understand that is not always possible. Okay. So otherwise, we've got some Ansible work that we need to do. So let's, I'm going to, I want to make sure we don't forget that one. So I'm going to add in, I think there was another tag, which is labels. It would be benchmarking review, I think. Oops, that's not where I wanted to do that. Sorry. Or maybe it is. Sorry, benchmarking. We have a bunch of labels, labels. WT agenda, WTC agenda, CTC review, benchmarking. I'm going to say benchmarking. Okay. Sorry, I just created that label and I want to add it to that issue. Where did that go? Ah. I thought I'd added that. It's in build. Sorry, I'm just trying to add that one in so it stays on the top of our list. There we go. Okay. So it'll show up for next meeting to discuss that further so we don't forget. Okay. Okay, so I guess it's pretty much running then. Which is good. I'm just looking at the output. Okay, so that's good. You can basically run. Okay, excellent. Okay, so any other questions? I mean, I just looking through, it looks like it's there. It's made good progress. There's going to be some comments and stuff, but that's good. Any other questions or comments before we move on to the next issue?
Nope.
No? Okay. So I'm going to good progress made, waiting on some feedback. So, initial feedback we can provide. That's good. Okay, so new script to run node.js. I guess since we don't have Udom, we don't have a direct update, but it sounds like the update really is that we're going to have a meeting later this week to see if we can get that moving, right?
Yep.
Be on Thursday this week. Is there an issue open for that?
Yeah, not for the meeting. I just sent out a comment. I will open an issue for that.
Yeah, okay. So if you can do that, because I think it would be good just in case other people are interested, they can then join as well. So to open issue with meeting info. So people can join if they want. Okay. So that were the two things that I'd tag. Let's now just flip back quickly to see if there's any other jobs. Sorry, any other issues that we should, new issues or anything like that we should talk about. Okay. Issues. Oh, actually, I'm going to look at pull requests. So pull requests. No, I did add a PR for the meeting minutes for the last meeting, so if you guys can take a look and comment, that'd be great. Okay, right, so you just opened that issue. I'm going to paste that into the... You just did, perfect. You beat me to it. Okay, benchmarking jobs failing. Well, that they were failing earlier today. The benchmarking data machine was rebooted, and it doesn't... I haven't gotten around to setting up to having all the pieces restart automatically, which we should do. But anyway, I restarted them. It looks like it's going to be okay. That we already talked about the status of running the Node Core benchmarks. In terms of Meet, there was an issue about meeting a Node Conf DU 2017. Let's see. So I see actually, Kunal, you've been working on a PR for that, right? Sorry, not a PR, a doodle to find a time, right?
Yes. Sorry, which one?
That is issue 124.
124.
Here, I can grab the link and put it in the notes.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yep.
Right, so continue. I don't know if there's going to be a good time for everybody, but
yeah, I think
a bunch of them were like in the middle of the night for me, so that's why.
yes.
But I know that the flip side is the ones that work for me are the middle of the night for somebody else. So
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess that's still a week because we can. That basically next step is just more people to weigh in on when they can make it and then choose a time, right?
Right.
The other, yeah, because the other thing would be to see if they want to just join our next meeting, but
Oh, the working group meeting itself?
yeah.
Yeah, I think that will be in middle of their night.
Yeah, where are they? They're in Berlin, right?
Berlin, yeah.
So right now that's like 8 o'clock at night for them, I think.
Okay, that's not bad then.
It's not, I mean, it's not good, but it's not
Sure, but
crazy.
it's not like at 2 in the morning.
I'm going to say any chance, I'm going to say, which is, what is that? That is 7 UTC, right? Right. Okay, so I just made a comment there just saying, hey, maybe you could make it to the next one. Because I think it would be good if actually they came to these meetings, right? Because
Right.
it sounds like they're interested in the same area, and if they, kind of joined in and participated, that would be a good thing.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so that's issues. Just going back to the regular issues, right? Acme Air benchmark seems very noisy. It sounds like you guys can close that one, right?
Yeah, I'd still like to get closer to what you guys report of having,
Yeah.
a couple of requests per second difference, but it's been improving for me. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, sounds good. I think those are the more recent issues that are open active. So I think in terms of an open issue review, that's probably good. I'll make a quick note. We looked through and discussed reviews some of the other more issues as well. Okay, so any other general topics this week?
No, not from our side.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have like the two things pushing forward on the benchmarking, like the micro benchmarks, and getting the node DCEIS.
Yes.
And the your work on chakra core and the regular runs. That seems like the three things we can push on.
Right.
Now in the next meeting. So I think until we resolve those, there's no point necessarily really highlighting anything else.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think that sounds good. We'll call it for this week, and thanks for everybody for attending.
Yeah, sure. I'll open an issue for the Acme memory footprint.
Yes. Yeah, I took that as an action. Actually, I'm going to make that as an action for you.
Yep.
Just that'll be the last time. So we'll say to track adding mean actually, the one thing we should do is just see, is there anybody watching? I see 5 viewers. So if anybody is watching and has questions, just paste them into the issue for the meeting. And we'll give you just wait a couple minutes. And if there are questions, we'll see if we can answer them. And otherwise, we'll call it a day. Just refreshing. Okay, I don't think anybody's got any questions then, so I think that'll be it for today, and we'll talk to you guys all later. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. See you.
Yep, bye.